Hello there, beauty ravers, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Raven, and this is where I like to rave about beauty. If you would ever so kindly hit that like and subscribe button to become part of my little family here on YouTube, it means so much to me. Now, without further ado, let's jump on into the video. Hi guys, today is a super fun video because I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway. So excited to tell you who won, and I'm so excited for the winner to receive her items, but along with this video, we were also reviewing the Natasha Denona Peak palette. And I have done quite a few looks with this palette now, so I can do a thorough review for you. We are going to do 2 different looks. If you're wondering why my face is already done, because if you know my channel by now, you should know that I do my eyes first, normally. But I had already had makeup on today, but I wanted to film this video, so I decided to take it off my eyes and just play around with you guys. But before we get into these 2 looks, I want to share my accessories with you. Today we have more of my mom's clothing. I know, my mom literally was like a stunner, guys. Like, y'all have no idea. She was out here serving looks. But anyways, so the tank top I'm wearing was hers. Don't know where it's from. Same with the cardigan. I don't know, but they're super cute. My scrunchie is from Marshall's. Let's see. My plugs are from Love Kills Boutique. This one is missing its little honeybee. I did reach out to them and they did say that they are sending me a replacement in the mail. I have not received that yet, but I will keep you updated because I do genuinely love their jewelry quite a bit. So we'll see how that all goes. My nails are from Kiss. This was the holiday collection last year. My choker is from Mia Bella. So far, I'm really loving this. I just got this yesterday, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's very beautiful. It is real sterling silver, and I just think it's very dainty and cute. Okay, I think that's all I have going on. Let's dive on in to these 2 looks. Alright guys, I have already gone ahead and primed my eyes using my NYX pigment primer. So let's dive into this palette. I'm super excited because again, I have used this quite a few times and I've loved every look I've created with it. So I'm excited to play with it with you guys. I feel like sometimes your choices can be a little bit limited, but I really enjoyed the formula on this and I'm excited to see what else we can do with it. So the first shade I want to take in my upper crease is this shade called Aya, and that's basically going to be my transition shade. And I'm going to take that on my Profusion Fluffy Blending Brush. And I'm just going to use this mirror so I can see because this palette obviously does not come with a mirror. And I'm making this more of a simple glam look, so I'm not going to pack it on intensely. We're just going to basically blend that through the crease. And as you can see, it basically matches my skin tone, so it's just going to be good for blending purposes and whatnot. I don't always use a transition shade, but since this palette only has 5 shades, I kind of like to use this, and I feel like it works really well with the other colors. I feel like it's good for beginners to start with a transition shade, or maybe you are a little bit better with makeup, but you still like your transition shade. And I do feel like they make it a little bit easier to blend. So when you have that looking the way that you like it, we're going to go in with our second shade. And for our second shade, I'm going to take Amhara, and I'm going to take that shade on my Doe Color number 9 brush. And I will say these shadows are very pigmented, so if you want a simple glam look like we're creating today, I advise tapping off your brush and only dipping a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of product. This will go a long way. Now, I really like that it is so pigmented because if you did want it to be more intense and bold, you can totally pack this on to make it a lot more. So you kind of just get best of both worlds when something's so pigmented. I've said on my channel many a times though, as long as it builds, I'm fine, but this you don't even need to build, so it's pretty cool. Now we're just sweeping that through the crease as well, basically a little bit below what we just put down. It's very simple, but it is still glamorous. I feel like you could really create something really quick and easy with this palette, which I really do like. And yes, Natasha Denona's brand in general is quite expensive. Like this 5-pan palette, I believe, retails for $48. I did receive it in a BoxyCharm last month, so I didn't pay that, but for a 5-pan palette, that's kind of steep. Actually, it's very steep. So I do expect a lot from this palette, but I do feel like it does deliver, so at least there's that. I'm not sure if it's worth the $48. I will say I feel like this is a pretty good everyday palette for a lot of people. So if you're gonna use it every day and you're not someone like me who buys a palette for every single look I want, I'm a little excessive, but that's because I have a YouTube channel and I kind of have to because I need to review these things for you guys. But if you're just a regular makeup consumer, I think this palette would be nice, and it might be worth the price because if you do use it every day, you'll probably get your use out of it. It really just depends on your preferences and what you feel is worth spending your money on. But anyways, I'm thinking that's looking pretty good, so now let's go in with our third shade. Now I just want to deepen up this look a little bit, and I'm going to use Thorn to do so. And I'm just going to take that on my Beaute 402 smudger brush, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of my eye. Now I'm going to use my Doe Color number 2 brush to blend that shadow out. And this is just to deepen the look, give it some depth, which I am actually really glad they included this brown because it's the perfect deepening shade. We really didn't need it any darker, and we really didn't need it any lighter. I feel like that was a very good middle ground for them to stick with, because I feel like sometimes if you put a really dark brown, might be nice for people who are a little bit more experienced, but for people who are starting out, it can be a little bit hard to blend out and really work with. So I feel like having this medium chocolate brown is really good to have in a palette like this. Again, for everyday use, so it's easy, quick, and I think that's a really nice option for a lot of people. Alright, I feel like that's looking pretty good. Now we can go in with the shimmer shade all over the lid, which is going to be an easy choice because it's the only shimmer shade in the palette, and we're going to go in with Shine. Could you have guessed? I'm sure you could have, because again, it's the only one. Now, typically I would apply the NYX glitter primer, but I want to try just wetting my brush because I do think that this shimmer is foiled and glitzy enough for it to not need the glitter glue. Honestly, not all shimmers need glitter glue, just I feel like they make them pop a little bit better. But I want to see what this palette can do without the glitter primer. So let's try that. And I'm sorry, I almost forgot to tell you what brush I'm using. I'm taking that on my Doe Color number 5 brush. And I'm just going to apply this all over the lid. And I'm not trying to be precise with this. You can be, but I feel like this will be easier for beginners or just people who are in a hurry maybe and just want to get out the house and have some glitzy goodness on their lid. I've just been hearing a lot of people tell me they want me to do simple glam looks lately, so I decided I would do it, and here we are. Alright, now I'm just using that same Doe Color number 9 brush we went in with originally, and I'm just blending around the edges just to make it a little bit softer. Now let's do the lower lash line. I will say this palette has a little bit of fallout. It's mostly just with the shimmer shade. I actually didn't experience any fallout with any of the other shades, and I have used all of them, but this shimmer does sometimes flake a little bit. But for our lower lash line on this eye, I'm going to take Amhara again. I don't know where this brush is from, but it's just an eye shader brush. I'm not going to smoke this out very much at all. Now I'm going to quickly blend over that with my Luxie 209 large shader brush. So that's basically the finished look. I'm going to add liner and lashes, and then we will come back for this eye. Okay, so I decided not to do lashes because 1, I'm going to be taking this look off as soon as I put it on basically, and 2, this is supposed to be more beginner friendly, and for me, I feel like not everyone who's just starting out in makeup is going to 1, know how to apply lashes, or 2, even want to attempt that, because that can be kind of a scary concept. So I decided just to use regular mascara. I used my Essence Lash Princess mascara, and I also just used a regular black eyeliner because I feel like that's your most basic liner as well, and I used the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. So now let's dive into this eye. On that same Profusion brush, I'm going to go in with Aya, again, that same transition color. Once you have that down the way that you like it, we can go in with our second shade. And for this look, I want to take Jasper, which is this burnt orange. I'm pretty much going to use the same brushes that we used for this look, but I am wiping them all off using my BH Cosmetics Quick Changer. So I'm going to pick up Jasper on my Doe Color number 9 brush. And I find Jasper to be extremely pigmented. So again, go in with a light hand if you're new at this. If you want something very bold, you can totally pack it on. I probably would if I wasn't doing this tutorial, but you are able to make this a lot more subtle if you want to. So just tap it off, go in with a light hand. If you want to add more, we can always build. You know the drill. And I'm basically just going to give it a wash of color throughout the entire crease. But you see how pigmented this is? I literally took the smallest dip and it's basically covered my entire crease. I thought it would just be overpriced and basic formula, but honestly, this is probably one of my favorite neutral palettes I own. I don't even really like neutrals, guys. It's very rare that I gravitate towards a neutral palette, but this one, I find myself grabbing for it all the time since I've received it. I think the only other neutral palette I grab for as much as I grab for this one is my Sassy Siennas by Dose of Color. I do think it's a little overpriced because I believe this is just as good as Dose of Colors. And Dose of Colors is like $32 a palette, I think, and this is $48, so there is a difference in pricing. I still feel like Dose of Colors is a little bit high of a price tag as well for a 5-pan palette. For the most part, they are mattes, but they're really good mattes, like bomb quality, just like these are. And I'm just like, I can't help but love it. Like, I don't want to advocate for this just because of that price tag, and you can find formula that's cheaper and pretty good quality. I do think I prefer Dose of Colors, but honestly, that's just because I feel like they're about the same quality. And I don't know, I just feel like I've heard that some of Natasha Denona's smaller palettes like this aren't always as good of quality. And every Dose of Colors palette that I've tried, and I have quite a few, I have not been disappointed with. So I like the fact that they're not really a hit or miss, considering apparently some of Natasha Denona is. And for her price tag, you really can't be doing that. I'm sorry, honey, but you can't. But I do like this. I really enjoy this palette specifically. This is the only one I've tried from her, so I can't talk for any of those other ones. I've just heard iffy reviews on some of them. I'm actually going to take that peachy shade, which again is Hara, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid, and we're going to see just how much of a difference there really is, because I didn't realize that, but they kind of look similar. I do think that Jasper is darker and deeper in tone, but I don't feel like it looks as orange once you blend it out. So I'm going to take that shade on my Beaute 466 brush. Now I'm just going to blend that shade out with my Lexi 205. I do think they're different, but maybe they could have added a shade that was a little bit more different, because once it's blended on the eyes, they do look a lot alike. If you packed on that Jasper shade, it would get a lot more intense of an orange. I do think they're different enough to be able to give you different looks. Like I said, if you pack them on, as you can tell, this one looks a lot different than this eye, but now I kind of just want to show you the difference between wetting your brush and using the NYX glitter primer. So I'm going to apply the NYX glitter primer to this eye, and then we'll add the shimmer because there's only one shimmer, so we kind of have to use the same one. I could just stop here, do the lower lash line, add eyeliner and mascara, and call it a day. Just do a full matte look, but I do like my shimmers, so I want to see the difference between using the glitter primer and not using the glitter primer. And I'm using my LA Colors eyeshadow shader brush to do so. I'm kind of just applying that all over the lid, not being super precise about the placement. So as you can see, it is much brighter on the side when you use the glitter primer, but if you wanted more subtle, then I feel like just wetting your brush is fine, but this definitely does stand out a lot more with the glitter primer. Now for the lower lash line, I want to take Jasper, just so I can show you how orange it is when you don't blend it out too much. Because I know you can create orange looks with this. I have. Actually, insert clip. Yeah, orange. Alright, you guys see how much more orange this is when you pack it on instead of blending it out so much. So if you want a subtle look, it might look a little bit more like the other color in this palette, but if you want it to be more bold, you can totally make this a very poppy pow orange if you would. So I am going to lightly blend over that with that same Lexi brush. Alright, now I'm going to add liner and mascara, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is the looks we created today. I went ahead and paired this eye with the same mascara and eyeliner. I will link everything I'm wearing on my face down below. And if you wanted to see swatches of this Natasha Denona Peak palette, I do have my BoxyCharm unboxing November video where I did swatches of this entire palette. And yeah, so you can check that out. It'll also be in my description box. Now let's get into the winner of the giveaway. I am going to insert a little clip right here because I did actually film a raffle where I put everyone's name on notebook paper, wrote them all down, cut them all out, threw them in a hat, shook up the hat, and pulled out a name at random because I thought that would be fun. It was actually recommended to me by a friend, and at first I thought that would be a fun video, so I filmed the entire video, and then after I realized that maybe that video wouldn't get very many views. The only people who are gonna wanna watch that video, because that's all I did in the video, are people who entered the giveaway. So like, I find that kind of irrelevant for my channel, but I did want to just include this in this video really quickly so you can see this little clip of me pulling out the name. But yeah, so congratulations to Karen. You are the winner of the giveaway, which I thought was actually super fun and ironic because when I was writing down your name, actually, I said how funny would it be if Karen won, because that's the name of the liquid lipstick as well. Well, Karen with a C, you're Karen with a K, I'm aware, but I still thought that would be funny, and the fact that you actually won was like, oh, that's so neat. Okay, so enough of me rambling. Congratulations, Karen. Please comment down below. We can get in touch so I can send these things out to you. I'm so excited for you, and I hope you enjoy these goodies, and I hope you create lots of fun looks. Alright guys, so that basically sums up this video. I hope you guys had a fun time with me here today, creating these looks and reviewing this palette. Let me know, have you tried the palette? Have you tried other palettes from Natasha Denona? Do you like them? Do you not? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. I hope we had fun. I hope you have a wonderful day, and stay beautiful.